Good evening, everyone, or might as well just say late afternoon because it is an absolute gorgeous evening here in Seattle area. But this is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am for another Mariners game. As usual, that looks like I have been more consistent this time, at least in this week, as the Mariners will be going up against the Los Angeles Angels of Game 1 of this 4-game series. And how many games have I done this season thus far? Let's look at the total so far. Right now, I'm at 43 Mariners games, and looks like the magic number is going to be 18 to beat my 2024 totals, which is 60. And it looks like I am, according to my pacing and projections, I am well on pace to get to that point, as I do have I'm on pace to get 92, which is still disappointing because I was hoping to get 100. Anyways, let's get into Mariners baseball. Before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also the donation goal will be $50 for this evening. But if you just happen to be in Anaheim and you just happen to go to Disneyland, Universal Studios, or wherever, use that promo code Rooftop Sports to get $20 off to go to a Mariners Angels game to save yourself $20, because you can use that $20 towards some good food in California. Seattle Mariners are 54-48. Angels are 49-53. Looks like the Angels have lost their way. And this game is actually about to start real soon, but the Mariners are coming off of a very disappointing series loss, a very humiliating loss against the Milwaukee Brewers, the best team in baseball. And here is the starting lineup for the Mariners. We've got J.P. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Mitch Garver, Jorge Polanco, Donovan Solano, Dylan Moore, and Ben Williamson. J.P. Crawford has actually struggled in this half. His batting average has dropped to 279. Julio's really got to get it going, and so does Cal Raleigh. Yusei Kikuchi is going to be the starter, the former Mariner from 2019 all the way to 2021, and he actually was an all-star, and at one point he actually was the best pitcher in the rotation. And also, let's not be distracted with the fact that the Mariners were able to pull off a trade to get Josh Naylor. Now the question is, and I just woke up to it because I just took a nap because I had a don't quit your day job kind of work. But here was the package that the Mariners gave up. The trade was Ashton Easy and Brandon Garcia. Brandon Garcia, who had that major league debut against the Brewers, which didn't really go as planned. He is going to Arizona along with Ashton Easy, a right-hander. Now here's J.P. Crawford, and brought to you by SeatGeek, the pitch. And that is a strike, and we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. I'm going to look up Ashton Easy and where it was his ranking. He was 13th in the Mariners farm system. And now here's the 0-1, and that is a strike. Ashton was in Everett, and he actually was struggling with a 5.51 ERA in 12. He is to be a starter for the Mariners out of the 4th-round pick in 2022. But it looks like as of now, he doesn't really have much of a future. But he did have a good season last season, going 6-5. As we're at 1-2 for J.P. Crawford, 2.85 ERA, 95 strikeouts to 59 walks. So he does not have a really good ratio with that. The 1-2 pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to second base, and the toss over the first, and that is barely in time, and that is going to be one away. The question is, who made that play at second base? It was really close. It was Rengifo. Can't even say his name correctly. And next is going to be Julio Rodriguez, which, again, he's really got to get that going. He's batting only .252 with 14 home runs and 51 RBIs. And now, here is the pitch. And that is low for a ball. And that is going to be a 1-0 count. Against the Angels, he's been batting .350 with 2 RBIs. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Like, I would really like to see Julio really get it going. We're at 1-1. Now here's the pitch, and that was right in there for a strike, and he's just literally watching pitches. Like, that's the kind of pitch that he should be swinging at, but he just did not. Don't know why he didn't. As now we're at 1-2 for Julio Rodriguez, and now the pitch, and low for a ball. He actually didn't swing at that one, and that is going to be 2-2. When Kikuchi starts against the Mariners, he has a 0.39 ERA with a 157 opponent batting average. So this is going to be a tough game, the 2-2. Now here's a liner, and that's going to be a base hit. And it's good to see Julio Rodriguez get a hit for the first inning. And now it's going to be up to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, to see if he can bring him home. And then most importantly, bring himself home to get the home run number 40 as he's on 39. He finally broke a slight drought as he basically didn't hit a home run for almost a week. He's batting .256 with 39 home runs and 84 RBIs. One big swing of the bat, it can bring him to 40 home runs, and let's make that happen. He is 9 days behind on Barry Bonds, though. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Mariners have won 3 games out of 5 against the Angels. Now we're at 0-1. And now here's the pitch. And low for a ball that gets away. And Julio Rodriguez gets a free bag to second base. And now we got a runner in scoring position. Now he's playing a little bit of a just horsing around with the Angels second baseman. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And check swing, did he go? He did not. And it's going to be 2-1 for Cal Raleigh. Now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. That was a nasty curveball by Yusei Kikuchi. And now we're at 2-2. Two and two the count. Mariners are 6 games back from the division. Mariners are in the wild card spot. No play. The teams that are threatening the spots that are very much on the tail. The following teams that I believe that will be on the tail will be Texas, Tampa Bay, and Cleveland. And now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And low for a ball, 3-2. Good to see Cal Raleigh being a little bit more patient. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. As we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. And low for a ball. Ball 4, take your base. And now we got runners on first and second for Randy Arozarena, the All-Star, batting .248. What a standard that Major League Baseball is set. As long as you are, I don't know how to explain it, how Randy Arozarena got the All-Star selection. I still don't think he should have been an All-Star. Next 20 games, Mariners are playing the Angels, Athletics, Rangers, White Sox, Rays, and Orioles. And by that schedule, they have no excuses. But this is their time to make the run. And the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to left field, and that is foul ball, but barely. It was barely foul. I think anyone was ready for that one, kind of for like some kind of a home run. to give the Mariners could have been a 3-0 lead. As now we're at 0-1 for Randy Arozarena. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two, right down the middle, and he couldn't make contact. Now we're at 0-2. TK, yep, I heard about it. Josh Naylor. Mariners gave up a starter and a reliever. The starter hasn't really amounted to much, and the reliever just made his major league debut. But also, I don't know what more they were going to do with him, as we're at 0-2 for Arozarena. And now the pitch outside for a ball. That nearly got away. Catcher had to dive for it, and that's going to be 1-2. My thoughts on that trade initially was like, how is Eugenio Suarez not in that package? Mariners should have found a way to get Eugenio Suarez slipped in, as we're at 1-2. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. Looks like Mariners are kind of approaching it just a little bit better, as Julio Rodriguez got the third base. And now we're at 2-2. It's actually one out. And we got Mitch Garver on deck. So if Randy can get anywhere, that could score in at least one run. Julio Rodriguez, second player in team history with 20-plus steals in each of the first 4 seasons. That other player belongs to Ichiro Suzuki. And now we're at 2-2, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. That was out of play. As now we're at 2-2. We're at 2-2 thus far. Infielders are in, and now we're at 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Absolutely brutal, and that is going to be 2 outs. Gino's got the big price tag. Now that's why we didn't get him. Naylor went under the radar, and Jerry made a timely move for this time. Yeah, here's the ironic thing. Isn't it ironic that how much did the Diamondbacks give up for Eugenio Suarez? They gave up a failed backup catcher and Carlos Vargas, as Mitch Garver takes it for a strike. And at this point, with the Mariners farm system, what they've got, they can easily make up for lost prospects. Like, fine, give up Harry Ford, give up Ty Pete, as we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And it's not like Jerry DePoe is going to play like any of all these prospects in the next couple of years anyway. Like, Las Montez is at least a year at best. And then we've got Colt Emerson, who's like a year or 2 at best. And now we're at 0-2. Yeah, Gino's return was a lot less than what the Mariners had to give up for Naylor. I agree. As we're at 0-2 for Mitch Garver already. And now the pitch. And that's fouled back, and that is going to be still strike 2. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating that, I don't know, Mariners can't seem to get anything right. I mean, at least they got Josh Naylor. But the Mariners have got to do more than just that. As we're at 0-2, and the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up into right field, and that is not going to do it. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. And disappointingly, the Mariners leave 2 men on base thanks to a strikeout by Randy Arozarena and a pop-out by Mitch Garver. And I am absolutely disgusted. Now, please enjoy my 3 strikeouts in my softball game on Tuesday. Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck. And so we're back from the break. We've got, for the Angels, Mike Trout, Manuel, Taylor Ward, Yon Moncada, Joe Adell, Travis Darnold, Lamont Wade Jr., former Giant, Luis Rengifo. Now here's Logan Evans, as he is going to get the start for the Mariners. He's 3-3 with a 3.81 ERA. Who would have thought that he actually has better numbers than Emerson Hancock? No one could have predicted that. Given, although it has been very limited opportunities for him. You got Zach Neto up to the plate, who's batting .273. And now the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss right at the dirt, and that's going to be 0-1. And now here is 0-1, and that's going to be in there for a strike. And the pitch, low for a ball. And that's going to be 1-2. Now we're at 1-2, the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. The toss over the first, and that's going to be in time, and that's going to be 1 out. And now here is Mike Trout, who's been known to be the Mariner killer, and that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be, should be an easy double for Mike Trout, and he goes right to second base, and the lack of hustle by Randy Arozarena is very concerning. Like, I think if he just ran and hustled for that one, I think that could have kept Mike Trout at first base. And that just got off the glove of Ben Williamson, which is why it ricocheted as he was trying to make a diving attempt. He almost made the play, but now Mike Trout is at first base. Yeah, Mike Trout has now broken Rafael Palmeiro's record for most total bases. Now the pitch, and that is going to be low for a ball. Other players that have been known to kill the Mariners: Rafael Palmeiro, Cal Ripken Jr., Michael Young, and Garrett Anderson, another former Angel. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball drilled to left field. And here comes Randy Arozarena, foul ball. And that sounds like that the way that the Angels are hitting in this inning, it seems that it's only going to be a matter of time until the Angels actually score. Now, I wanted to talk about that trade. So the Mariners gave up 2 relief pitchers, a starter and a relief pitcher, which fine. But it would have been nice if the Mariners were able to land a trade for Eugenio Suarez, because they really need him back desperately for third base. As we're at 1-1 for Shanuel, the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field and fouled. This time, Randy Arozarena doesn't even run for it, and it's going to be 1-2. is still at 1-2. Nolan Shanuel is really tough to strike out against. He strikes out only 11% of the time compared to the MLB average of 22%. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. As Mike Trout rounded, he is, and the throw to the plate, and that is not in time. And that's going to be an RBI for Nolan Shanuel, RBI single, and the Angels get on the board off of the hustling Mike Trout. And that lack of hustle by Randy Arozarena may just prove costly for this Mariners team. Nolan Shanuel had a nice little dribbler, and that just got right through the second baseman. That was Jorge Polanco. Like, why isn't Cole Young playing? Oh, because they got to go with the matchups. All these matchup obsessive analytic decisions continues to hurt the Mariners. Just so obsessed with these matchup tactics. It just doesn't work. And now here's Taylor Ward up to the plate. I really think that Jerry Dipoto should swallow his pride. That just proves how much he is an absolute narcissist of an executive. Most career runs versus the Mariners. Mike Trout continues to make history. Others belong to Ricky Henderson, Rafael Palmeiro, Wade Boggs, and Paul Molitor. Now here's Taylor Ward. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. I mean, the Mariners, they can be as bad. The Angels can be as bad as they want, but somehow Angels are going to make it a game out of it. As we're at 0-1 for Taylor Ward, the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Well, if the Angels can leapfrog against the Angels, which I'm responding to what Aaron Goldsmith is saying, and that is inside for a ball. What he is saying is the Angels, they are what? 5 games back, but if they can sweep the Mariners, which I expect them to, they'll be very much back in it. So it's not a crazy idea. You're running into a struggling Mariners team, so the Angels can very much be back in this wild card race as we're at 3-1. The Taylor Ward, and now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit that went through Ben Williamson, and that's going to be runners on first and second. The frustration just absolutely continues. Like, you're going up against an Angels team that isn't exactly doing anything good. They're 4-6. They have lost 3 in a row. And it's very much possible that the Mariners, like this, I think this game is an excellent indication, an excellent representation why Jerry Dipoto should swallow his pride and just go for Eugenio Suarez. And now here is Moncada up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be just outside for a ball. Now, Cal Raleigh's coming out, and he's having a little bit of a chatter. Artie Moreno isn't known for giving up on even sub-500 seasons. They could buy all we know. Yeah, it's very true. Yoan Moncada. He's batting .230 with 8 home runs and 22 RBIs. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball. Go to second, go to first. And that is time for the double play. But unfortunately, the Mariners gave up a run. And now it's 1-0. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
On Mondays and Tuesdays, get your 50% off of Sahara Pizza in Snoqualmie. You just go over there, tell them that you went through this YouTube channel, and there you go. And looks like we are getting close to being back from the break. Talking about Josh Naylor, veteran first baseman. It was literally an hour ago when the Mariners made that trade. It was good to see the Mariners are actually buying. This seems to be the buying season, so it looks like an indication that they're not selling. And now here is Jorge Polanco, and now here is the pitch, and that is a strike. Now, the question is, what is his contract to? That's what I'm also very curious about. Josh Naylor was signed out of Cleveland, so it looks like it had to be now we're just looking at what the trade was, or the contract. It was only a 1-year deal for $11 million, so basically the Mariners are only going to pay for the last $5 million, it looks like. Free agent by the end of the season. They gave up 2 bullpen pitchers for it. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Polanco, and that is going to be 1 down already. Basically at a blink of an eye. It looks like some of the players were actually happy about that trade. Now here's Solano. And that's going to be up high for a ball. But the question is, what does that mean for like Luke Raley, Donovan Solano, and Dom Canzone? What are they going to do with those guys? Are they going to be packaged for next trades? As we're at 0-1 for Solano, the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. And Mariners are swinging and missing at will. And now we're at 0-2. Swing and a miss at the dirt for strike 3. Absolutely atrocious swing by Donovan Solano. And now we've got 2 outs, and it's going to be Dylan Moore. And it feels like this is a game where the Mariners are literally just giving the game away with their atrocious lineup. And now here's Dylan Moore. Yusei Kikuchi at 32 pitches so far. And now the pitch. And that's going to be missing it for a ball. We're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. And that's going to be 1-1. We're at 1-1 so far. Last 34 games, he's batting .038, 2 for 52. And that's going to be popped up, and that make that 2 for 53. And it just continues to get worse for Dylan Moore, and that is going to be 3 outs. That was an easy 1-2-3 inning for Yusei Kikuchi, and we're going to go into the next inning as we're going to go the next half of the inning, and it's still 1-0. Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink, and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies. Going through all of my videos right now. I'm trying to give you all my softball videos, which I do play during commercial breaks. Now, looking at my projected schedule, it's going to be, I'm going to miss tomorrow's game because I have a doubleheader in softball, and I'm practicing with a Special Olympics softball team just to vibe with them, and a few of them actually play on the basketball team that I've talked about. But I should be able to do the 2 Angels games, and if I do that Angels game on Saturday, I will be with Jay Trident Podcast. Then I should be, I'm not going to be able to do the A's game because I'll be at a couple softball games. I will only be able to do 1 A's game at best, and then maybe could do much of the Rangers. So we'll see. I don't know yet. I guess we'll just have to find out. But yeah, and then the East Coast games, those will be tough when we got White Sox at home at least. And we are back from the break. And I got softball videos to show, but I will only show it if I just have enough people watching it. And put it in the comments to validate that you're there, and that is going to be a strike. And that was Jo Adell. This is Jo Adell, who actually was a huge killer on the Mariners. And now here is Logan Evans pitching it. Now the 0-1 to Adell, as Cal Raleigh tried to frame it, and it's missing it, and that's going to be 1-1. And now we're at 1-1, and now the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to deep left center field. And here's Julio going to the wall, and he's got a leap, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be 1 out as Jo Adell nearly hit it out of there. But luckily, I guess the marine layer does travel sometimes in the Mariners' favor. I think Julio's actually robbed a home run in T-Mobile Park. No, not T-Mobile Park, Angel Stadium. I think I got the highlight for it too. And now here's Travis. And that's going to be a foul ball. Travis Darnold. Can't even say it. If someone else knows how to say it, let me know. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. Good to see it's already a foul ball. As we're at 0-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a ball, 2-2. Maybe 1-2. Now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Oops, it's 2-2. Sorry. And now here's the 2-2 pitch. Now here's a liner to left field. That is caught by Ben Williamson, and that's going to be 2 outs. This time a little bit more of a quicker inning. I really hope the Mariners can pull off that Eugenio Suarez trade. Based on my prediction, I think they're going to try to ask for Ben Williamson, and I would think they're going to try to ask for at least one of those prospects, at least Harry Ford, and maybe another one. The pitch. Maybe do they ask for Jarangelo Saincha? Do they ask for Ty Pete? Is Las Montez in the picture? Questions remain to be seen. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fly ball to left center field. And Julio's going to have to run on this one. And he makes the catch, and he nearly lost the range on that, lost the track nearly, and that is going to retire the side. This time a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the second inning, and we're going into the third inning. Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you. Yep, and oh, check out that Mediterranean grill. It's really good food. Trust me on this one. Commercial break is still ongoing. I wonder what else I can show. They're just talking about food right now. And we are back from the break. And now here's Ben Williamson. And that he is missing it for a ball. We're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And interesting enough, Karate Kid is available on the digital. Didn't watch it in theaters. I held out. I didn't think it was worth it. I think it feels like it's going to be a fan servicing thing. Now here's a line drive, and that is going to be a ground ball. Actually, throw to first in time. And I can actually I can't rent the movie. I think I'm going to wait until I can actually rent the movie. I don't want to buy the movie right now. Let me rent the dang movie. Is there anywhere else that will let me rent the movie? I'd rather just rent the movie. I'm trying to buy it first. I'd rather rent. And now here's JP Crawford, and he misses it for a ball. No one's letting me rent it. That's a shame. I have to actually buy the movie. Well, I'm still going to hold out. Because we're at 1-0 and the pitch. And he is missing. He gets in there for a strike. Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio's in that movie. And speak of, I really love that Cobra Kai series. That was like probably the best, beautiful thing I've ever watched in my life. As we're at 1-1, the pitch. And he golf swings it right at the dirt. And that's going to be 1-2. No wonder your batting average has taken a tank. And Yusei Kikuchi, he knows how to pitch against the Mariners. I don't think the Mariners have even gotten a win out of Kikuchi. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball. And that's actually going to get right through for a base hit. Could this be extra bases? Nope. And JP Crawford will stay at first. And now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez to see if he can do any kind of damage. That was right on the opposite side. Very well done. Now here is Julio Rodriguez. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be 0-1. He's batting 366 at Angel Stadium, so he does love to play here. The pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball once again. We're at 0-2. We're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Right in, way inside, not nearly hit him. We're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Julio's battling a 1-2 so far. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball. It's going to be a double play ball. Throw to second and the throw to first. And that is not in time, but Julio Rodriguez heavily disappointed as he is not stepping up to the plate at all. Looks like we're just going to get the coasting Julio Rodriguez all along. And now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Oh, a 2-run home run would really be nice on this one. And now you would think he's going for that. The pitch, low for a ball, and that was just a chance for Julio Rodriguez to steal. He's showing absolutely no sense of urgency whatsoever. We're at 1-0 pitch so far. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, 1-1. We're at 1-1. Two outs and Julio at first base. And now the pitch. And that was probably his pitch to swing. And now it's going to be a 1-2 on the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Now the 1-2. Inside, that nearly got him. Now we're at 2-2. We're at 2-2 for the dumper. Throw to first, and that's going to be not in time. And I'm really surprised Julio Rodriguez hasn't stolen it by now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at the dirt for strike 3. And that is going to retire the side. Oh, I got some comments in there. Hey, No Face and Isbel Amita. I don't really get what you're saying. Looks like you're Lakers fan, Angels fan. That's all I got. But how you doing, No Face, the Thunder Man? It's kind of funny though and ironic. I'm a Seattle fan. We hate Oklahoma City. We hate Houston, and yet some of my best fans are actually from those rival cities. And I forgot already, No Face, but have you been to that border between those 3 states? Missouri, it looks like, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Because that's where I want to go. 3 states border Oklahoma. Yeah, it's or Texas, Arkansas, and Kansas. Looks like Oklahoma has a lot of in-betweens. Oklahoma, Missouri, and Kansas border. Oh, you live by it. That must be nice. Yeah, that's where I want to go. There's a lot of things I feel like I haven't checked out in the United States, and the Midwest is something I have not checked out. Oh, we're going to we're talking about Jay Buhner and a home run. This must be the 1993 game. Yep, that was a 93. They're going over a Jay Buhner home run from a long time ago. Now here is Logan Evans. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. So I have been to Washington because I live here, Oregon, California, Idaho, Texas, Washington, D.C. We landed on it. New Jersey, New York, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field. And that might, nope, Julio's there. And he makes the catch. Now we got Zach Neto back to the top of the lineup. And now the pitch. And that's going to be swing and a miss. And that is going to be strike 1 to Zach Neto. You'd assume that Josh Naylor and, oh, according to Daniel Kramer, and I got to read this. Now here's the 0-1, and that's going to be low for a ball. We got according to Daniel Kramer, sources say that Eugenio Suarez is still Seattle's top priority and being aggressively pursued by the Mariners inside for a ball, by the way. Following the domino acquiring Josh Naylor, if the Mariners can get Eugenio Suarez back, yes, and that's going to be, looks like they actually hit him, actually. So now we got Zach Neto at first base. But yeah, this is exactly who I want back on the team.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank
We definitely need those good vibes only. And now here is Mike Trout up to the plate. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. As we're at 1-0 the count. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. As we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. Low for a ball again. And now the 3-0. And ball 4, take your base. Not looking good so far, isn't it? And here's Nolan Shanawal up to the plate. And the pitch. And that is low for a ball. He's batting .350 with runners in scoring position. Nolan Shanawal is very dangerous. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball. Could be not a double play. He's got to go to first base, throw the first. And that's going to be in time. And that's going to be 2 outs. But Zach Neto gets to third base on that play. And he barely made it. And now next up is going to be Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward has 23 home runs this season. Gets a visit from Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch to Ward. And that is a strike. As we're at 0-1 to count. Got 2 outs. Runners in scoring position. 0-1 for Taylor Ward. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to J.P. Crawford. Throw to first. And that's going to be in time. And that will retire the side as the Mariners get out of a jam. And we go to the next inning. And no face. Let me show you a... Let me show you a really funny play. You got to see this. I was trying to get a pop-up, and I failed to catch it. Here you go.
I got it. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. Treat yourself, get some chicken wings, or shall I say, chicken tenders. And we are back from the break. As Mariners have a huge series against the Texas Rangers. It's going to be a 4-game series. Now, here's Randy Arozarena. And now here's a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be Joe Adell. And he makes the easy catch. And that is going to be 1 down. Just at a blink of an eye. It's already 1 down. East Coast M says, quick forward thinking, food for thought, but assuming the Mariners can pull off a Geno trade where they give up approximately 5 prospects for Naylor and Geno, there has to be heavy considerations to extend at least one of the 2, right? That is a good question. Now here's Mitch Garver up to the plate. Now here's a ground ball right to the shortstop Neto, tossed over the first, and that's going to be in time. Very easy play. And now already it's going to be 2 outs. Can't believe it. Now here is Jorge Polanco, who struck out in the 2nd inning quite easily too. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. So if I'm at 43 games so far, only 7 to go for 7. If I go by the pacing, which I should probably check my schedules on all of this. And now here's the pitch to Polanco. And check swing. Did he go? He did not. That's going to be 2-0. Let's go to the A's series. I'm going to miss definitely Monday and Tuesday because of softball games. I'm going to be there. Going to try to make it on Wednesday. As we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike on the inside. I very much question that. But man, this umpire thinks other things, I guess. And now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And that's going to be 3-1. By the end of next week, I am projected to be at, oh no, I'm going to be at 48 games. I'm going to be missing one of those as we're at 3-1 and the pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. He didn't dare to go for that one, which he freaking should have. And that's going to be a 3-2 count on Jorge Polanco. And now here's a 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled back. And that is going to be still strike 2. We're at 3-2. And now the pitch. And low for a ball. And that is ball 4. Take your base, by the way. And now we got a runner on first base. Looks like I'm projected to do all the Rays games. So after the Rays series, I'm going to be at 52 games. Then we go to Baltimore. Now here's Donovan Solano up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be in there for a strike. We're at 0-1 so far. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a check swing, and that is going to be 1-1. And now looks like there's some hesitations going on. And the pitch up high for a ball. And I think that's going to be 3-1 possibly. Now we're at 2-1 for Donovan Solano. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And going into second base, actually going to third base, and that gets away. And Polanco was thinking about going home, but he couldn't get there. He wasn't going to. And now we've got runners on first and third as Donovan Solano keeps this inning alive. So it is by the time of August 24th is when I will be at the 60 mark. So I am well on pace to beat that, my own personal record of 60. And now here is Dylan Moore. Oh, what's with all this Spanish going on? No Angels ganan hoy. Angels ganan hoy es muy mal. Yeah, they're bad. Mariners ganan hoy. Mariners ganan hoy es muy bien. Yo quiero mucho home runs for Big Grande Dumper y las Mariners. Vámonos, Mariners. ¿Por qué hablas español, señor Sticky? O cinco. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué hablas español, mi amigo? Yo necesito sabor. And now here is Dylan Moore up to the plate, the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. Dylan Moore is this. If this is a way for Dylan Moore to break this slump that he's in, this is the time to do it right now. Got Solano and Polanco on base. Polanco at third base. Kikuchi working on a jam. And now here's the 1-0. And now here's a fly ball to left field. Is that going to be fair? And that is just barely foul. And you have to wonder, what's the Mariners' batting average when they hit foul balls like that? As we're at 1-1. Would have been nice to get the home run out of that. And now the pitch. And that's going to be foul ball again. And that is going to be 2-1. El Dumper Grande. Yep, that's true. Well, let's see what big dumper really means in Spanish. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. Not deep enough. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. And the Mariners, once again, leave a runner on scoring position. And we're going to go right into commercial break.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Now I got to make some moves for my fantasy baseball team as the Mariners are playing the Angels. All right, what do we got here? I'm going to try to see who I can get for starters for tomorrow. All right, let's see who we can get. Oh, here's an easy decision. And we are back from the break as they're showing the gorgeous beaches of Los Angeles in Southern California. Seriously, I have Tariq Skubal in my IL, it's just great. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field. And Julio is running, but he's got it. And he makes the catch. Man, I'm out of room on IL. Yeah, I'm just going to have to drop Bryce Miller. So I can move Tariq Skubal into the IL. I just dropped Bryce Miller because I don't know when he's ever coming back. He may never come back for this season. And now here's to Adele. And that is a strike. As we got Logan Evans on 3 innings, has given up just 1 run on 3 hits. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball in the back. Skuball's on a paternity list. Should be back soon enough with dad's strength. Oh, that's right. I was like, why is he out? How did he get hurt? Did he get hurt? Yeah. Thanks for letting me know, TK. And now we're at 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be a strikeout for Logan Evans. I think that's his first strikeout or second strikeout of this game. And now we've got 2 outs for Darnold. However you pronounce his name, I don't know. And I may not even want to know. Now here is the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2. We are here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now the 1-2 pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball, 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. We're still there. And the pitch. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Still waiting, 3-2. Low for ball 4. Take your base on a 2-out walk. And now we got Lamont Wade Jr. up to the plate. Oh, looks like this Sunday evening, I'm anticipating to do a fantasy football draft lottery. That's still on the tentatives right now. And now we got Lamont Wade Jr. up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. As we're at 1-0. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be low again. That's going to be 2-0. Going to throw to first. And that is going to be not in time. And swing and a miss. And that's going to be 2-2 on Lamont Wade Jr. We're at 2-1. The pitch. Up high for a ball, 3-1. He's behind on that count. We're at 3-1 for Lamont Wade Jr. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be 3-2. Now here's the full count and the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball again. Three and two. And now the pitch. And fouled again. And Lamont Wade Jr. is really fighting as much as he can. And the pitch. Strike three called, and Lamont Wade Jr. goes down on strikes, and Logan Evans will get his third strikeout. And we go into the very next inning. We're going into the top of the fifth inning, and it is still 1-0. Couple things out of that play. One, that's one way of trash talking. And two, I really lacked hustle. I really did lack hustle. Now we're about an hour into the game. Hour and 16 to be exact. Still 1-0. Mariners have 3 hits, and they have no runs to show for it. And they had runners on the corners several times. Lazaro Montes made a huge catch on right field. As he's in Arkansas. And here's Ben Williamson. And he would really like to get something going. He is batting .261. It's actually surprising, one of our more efficient hitters on the Mariners. He actually has one of the best, he's the second best batting average in this lineup right now, which is pretty embarrassing to say. Now we're in the top of the 5th. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. As we're at 1-0. And the pitch again. Low for a ball. 1-1. And 2-0. Outside for a ball. We're at 3-0 for Williamson. Maybe just take the pitch. And here it is. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And that's going to be 3-1. Now here's a ground ball right to Zach Neto. He has it. Throw to first. And that is in time. And that is going to be 1 out. Back to the top of the lineup. And it's going to be J.P. Crawford, who is 1 for 2. Kikuchi's now at 74 pitches so far. Teresa K goes, wonder if Mariners will remember how to score runs today. I know. Question for you, Teresa. Any feedback for my membership? Yeah, you know, the YouTube membership, $5 a month. Just wanted your feedback. Was I not consistent enough? I don't know. As we're at 1-0. Now here's the pitch. And that is going to be right in the corner for a strike. As we're at 1-1. Recent 12-game stretch, Mariners have been 6-6. They've just been barely 500. Very inconsistent. And now the pitch. Oh, inside. That nearly got him. And that's going to be 2-1. No, I'm talking about the membership, Teresa K. What'd you think of it? Another 2-1. Now here's a ground ball right to second base. Throw to first in time. And that's going to be 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez to keep this inning alive. There are 46 games left in Major League Baseball season for the Mariners. I'm actually on pace for 54%. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And we're at 0-1. We're at 0-1 to Rodriguez. And that's going to be in there for a strike. We're at 0-2. And the pitch. Up high for a ball. That is 1-2. It's hard to believe I actually did 5 Mariners games in a row, and I dropped the last 2 because I couldn't make it to any of them. As we're at 1-2 for Julio. And the pitch. And there's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. Is that going to be enough? That is gone. That is a home run for Julio Rodriguez. Mariners get on the board and they tie this ball game at 1-1. And that is home run number 15 for Julio Rodriguez. What a way to get on the board. And we have a brand new ball game. Mariners are back in business thanks to that home run by Julio Rodriguez. And he gives that nice secret handshake to Randy Arozarena. A little bit flashy, but we'll take a 1-1 tie. And you can hear the Mariners cheering. A lot of Mariner fans, well represented. I guess why not put that trident up there in the sky? Because there's Mariner fans there anyway, even though I still think it's too much taunting. And what a way to get on the board. And let's see if we can get another home run. Yeah, Big Dumper's got to do it. As we're at 1-1 or 1-0 for Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that was a big swing and a miss. And that is strike one. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-1. Looks like Kikuchi's trying to be a little bit more careful with Cal Raleigh. As we're at 2-1. Teresa K says, actually, I'll read it in commercial break. And it was now the pitch and low for a ball. It says that you didn't see the point in the membership, saw the videos only for subscribers, but wasn't really for me. Haven't been to a subscriber to anyone before, but I am flattered that I was your first, and just want to say thank you for the feedback. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how the membership really is. Now, here's the round ball right to third base, throw to first, unbalanced, and he is going to make it to first base with an infield single. Yeah, most of the time, from what I've understand, most people join those kind of memberships because they want to just help further support a YouTube channel. But hey, I mean, if I was depending on you to be part of my YouTube success, just solely you, just for a $5 membership, then yeah, I'm doing something absolutely wrong if I was heavily dependent on that. But either way, I do thank you for your contributions and the support, and you're still contributing to my channel by just being here. Oh, and looks like we've got pitching staff and the trainer coming out. And looks like Kikuchi may be in bad shape right now. He looks like must be feeling some kind of pain. Julio Rodriguez had his 9th home run at the Angels Stadium, batting .375. As we got some activity now in the bullpen. As we're at 0-2. No, it's 0-2 with Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. Oh boy. Looks like just 1 hour ago during this game, the Kansas City Royals, looks like they're in buy now mode, that they have just acquired Jarren Duran from Boston. Looks like Boston's selling at this point. So much for getting out. Now we're at 1-0 for Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. What in the world was Randy Arozarena swinging at? It's a terrible swing. It was literally at the dirt, but he'll watch a strike three for sure. And it was like, it'll be right down the middle when it was an invitation for a home run. Randy Arozarena, 18 home runs this season. Career high was 23 and 23. The pitch, low for a ball. That nearly got away. And that is going to be a 2-1 count on Randy Arozarena. As we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. Oh, no, no pitch yet. Oh, my thoughts on the Naylor trade, I'm like, it's a good start, but you got to get more. We got to get Eugenio Suarez and like a bullpen arm. Mariners are far from being done. As we're at 2-1 for Rosarena, the pitch. Up high for a ball, and now we are looking at a 3-1 count on Randy Rosarena. I wonder if he's just going to take the pitch or if he's going to swing at another baddie. Guess we'll see. As we're at 3-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and that is gone. That is a home run for Randy Rosarena, and the Mariners take a 3-1 lead on a 2-run home run by Randy Rosarena. Mariners 3, Angels 1, and this game has just changed as Randy Rosarena, of course, does that basketball shot. Now, if he's doing that celebration, I will only approve of it if he is paying tribute in rallying to help bring the Seattle Supersonics back to Seattle. But yeah, Randy Rosarena literally just hit a bullet, and now Mariners have a 3-1 lead. Just an amazing home run, and it was absolutely needed. And it was a laser, too. That's about 2 lasers of a home run. And now the Mariners, all they got to do is just keep it up. Now here's Mitch Garver up to the plate, and that is a strike. Looks like they remember their offense tonight. Thank goodness. Yeah, they usually play well on offense. They usually play well offensively in the Angels Stadium. I guess their ballpark isn't so ballpark suppressing, but at the same time, Angels rotation really isn't that good. Now here's Garver, and that's going to be low for a ball. As now we're at 1-1, and now the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 1-2 on Mitch Garver. Kikuchi's now at 95 pitches. The Mariners have really hammered him in this inning, and this may be his final inning, as he's at 95 pitches. Home runs by Julio and Randy Rosarena will do that to him, as we're at 1-2 on Mitch Garver. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to go into the gap for a base hit. And Mitch Garver could go to second base, and he is going to go to second base. And now here's the throw by Adell, and Mitch Garver will get in there with a stand-up double, 2-out double, pretty clutch double, I think. And now next batter is going to be Donovan Solano. And here comes the manager of the Angels, the interim manager, and he has seen enough. He is going to take out Yusei Kikuchi, and he's going to bring in the bullpen. And it's going to be Brogdon. And now, after this, I got to celebrate by going to the bathroom. That's what I really got to do. And speak of the Seattle Supersonics I was talking about with Randy Rosarena, here is a video of me talking with former Sonics, Desmond Mason.
So here I am with former slam dunk champion of the Seattle Supersonics, Desmond Mason, and we're here at the Lenny Wilkens after party. One of the greatest things I remember about him was his game-tying slam dunk to send the game to overtime against the Charlotte Hornets. Now, tell me about that. Like, what do you really remember about that moment?
The ball was going to Gary, and we all knew that. Best thing was for everybody to get out of the way. And so I ran to the corner. Jamal Mashburn was actually guarding me. Rashard Lewis was under the basket. I think Brent Barry was on the floor as well. We threw the ball into Gary, and he took a dribble. We had a guy wide open at the top of the key, but he was never passing that ball. Spun, shot a 3 for the win. It hit the front of the rim, I think, and then the back of the rim and came off the front. And Jamal turned his head, and I just kind of ran in behind him. I was pretty far away, so I kind of threw it in, but I caught it lefty. I went up with my right to catch it, and it bounced the other direction. Lefty. Overtime. We beat him in overtime.
Thank you, Leo Nguyen, for filming this video. Check out his Instagram page, Leo Community Gardens, and he also sells cool merchandise, including the Seattle hat with Sonics colors. And we are back from the break. And if you're wondering what just happened, we are still on the Mariners part of the inning here in the top of the 5th. Home runs were done by Julio Rodriguez and Randy Arozarena. Now here is Jorge Polanco. Now here's the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. Jorge Polanco is 0 for 1. He has struggled since May. Connor Brogdon is now their bullpen pitcher. 26 games with a 4.50 ERA. Oof, and now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field, and that could be it. And that is going to be it. And he makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. But however, the Seattle Mariners get 3 runs in there. And we will go into commercial break as they take a 3-1 lead.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And looks like we are still on commercial break right now. They're showing Shohei Ohtani pitching in a commercial. I would imagine that he's not pitching that much at all. And at this point, I would have him give it up because focus on your hitting. Thoughts on a potential Ryan McMahon trade? Ryan McMahon, infielder for the Colorado Rockies. He is 30 years old, 16 home runs, batting .217. He'd be a third base, second base, and a first baseman. If you don't get Suarez, I guess. But you know the Colorado Rockies are going to ask for a haul for him. Now here's the pitch. And that is a strike, or maybe it could be cheaper, but knowing what they have to load their farm system, I would imagine they're going to ask for quite a bit of a price for him. Kikuchi gave up 3 runs, 96 pitches. And now here is Logan Evans. He's still going. Now the pitch, now the throw to second base. Here's Polanco, throw to first in time. And that's going to be 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Logan Evans is now on 62 pitches. He has struggled in a couple innings, but he has figured it out. So let's hope that he can keep this going, maybe going into the 7th inning. Have him pitch through the 7th inning. Get a setup man. Yeah, they're talking and talking. And where do they even get this kind of stuff? Like, is someone eavesdropping on them to like get that kind of information of like, oh yeah, they've been talking all right. And now here's the pitch to Neto. And that is a strike. We're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball foul. Got 8 viewers so far. So got some kind of a engagement on my channel. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be just outside for a ball. We're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2 on Zach Neto. We're at 2-2 and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball right to Logan Evans. Toss over the first. And that is in time. Barely got him in time. Zach Neto nearly beat it out. And it was also a not so good throw by Logan Evans. But that's going to be 2 outs. And it's going to be up for Mike Trout, who is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. And he gets them out anyway. Now here's Mike Trout up to the plate. Mike Trout is 1 for 1. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss right down the middle, and that is going to be strike one. It was only a 93. Could have been something for Mike Trout to make some damage out of. He's batting .240 with 18 home runs and 45 RBIs. Basically pretty similar numbers to Randy Arozarena. In the pitch, inside for a ball. That nearly got him. Yeah, who would have thought that Randy Arozarena would actually be outplaying Mike Trout? And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Yeah, they're basically same numbers. Now I wonder how Mike Trout is actually... I want to look at his numbers again. Mike Trout is at 18 home runs, 45 RBIs. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. 18 and 49. 18 and 45. Well, now it's 19 and 51. So Randy Arozarena is actually outplaying Mike Trout. As we're at 1-2 for Trout. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. Three and two. Full count for Trout. I think if you walk him, I probably won't mind. And now the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. I think Evans just did not want him to swing. And now it's going to be up to Nolan Schanuel. As Schanuel is batting .276. He's the only one that has brought the Angels the runs. And now here is Nolan Schanuel. Schanuel. We're at 1 for 2 is Schanuel. We've got Eduardo Bizardo in the bullpen. I really question that decision by Dan Wilson. I don't know why. I mean, I want to look at the last game and see who was on the mound in the last game because I didn't get to watch the game as they had lost 10-2. It was Thornton, Legumina, and Garcia. Wow, Garcia really got some work. No, I would... No, please put in like a Matt Brash at least. Or Gabe Spire. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike to Schanuel. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 1-1. Schanuel is a really tough guy to strike out. We're at 2-1. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike, and that is going to be 2-2. as we're at 2-2 for Sean Noel. And now the pitch. And that should be strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. We go into the top of the 6th inning. Mariners are leading at 3-1 as they were able to hold on.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck. Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit.
And we are back from the break as we're at 3-1 Mariners lead. Logan Evans now has, how many strikeouts does he have? He has 4 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts, they say. He's on 79 pitches, been very efficient in this game. Now here's Donovan Solano up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that is going to be up high for a ball. And here's Solano as we're at 1-0. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. That nearly hit him, and that is going to be 2-0. Solano is batting .247 with 3 home runs and 20 RBIs. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And looks like Angels have put in a new pitcher. His name is Quijada. Solano is 1 for 2 as he has 2-1 right now. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a line drive and foul. That goes into the stands. That was quite a laser right there. Now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. Up high for a ball, 3-2. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And the pitch. Up high for a ball. We're at 2-0. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And this is Dylan Moore, who is working on a 2-1 count right now. And the 2-1. And that's going to be low for a ball. We're at 3-1. And the pitch. Low for a ball for take your base. And now we got a runner on first base with 1 out. Now here's Ben Williamson up to the plate. Batting .260 with 1 home run and 20 RBIs. And the pitch, way outside for a ball. Maybe Dylan Moore should have stolen that one. As we're at 1-0. It's Quijada. And the pitch, way inside for a ball, 2-0. We're at 2-0. And now the pitch. And that is going to be in there for a strike. We're at 2-1. And the pitch. Here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be right to going to second. Oh, that gets away. And now Dylan Moore is going to go to third base. Does he have enough? And he will. And I would say that's going to be an error. And now we got runners on first and third with 1 out. And that's going to be up to J.P. Crawford. And I wonder how they're going to declare it. And I think that's going to be counted as a base hit. And it looks like it is going to be a base hit still. As now we're at J.P. Crawford, who is 1 for 3. What bullpen arms do I think the Mariners should go after? Oof. Well, basically whoever can just contribute, because the Mariners bullpen right now, you just cannot rely on that. You just can't have Eduardo Bizardo, even though he's one of our best ones. Can't have him as one of our best ones. He's more of a back end one. Now here's J.P. Crawford. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. I wonder if Ben Williamson should try to steal second base, which I would try to do. And by the way, that was an error. That was not a base hit on Ben Williamson. And that's going to be a 0-1 count. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And now we're at 2-0. And the pitch. And check swing, foul ball. As now we're at 2-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be a 3-1 count. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. So we're at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss and strike three, but go to second, and that is going to be a stolen base. I think Dylan Moore should have tried to steal home on that, especially on the fly. A little bit of a missed opportunity there, but now there's 2 outs, but it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez. Fire Cam says, let's go. Yep, let's go. Let's get some more runs. And also, in case you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification, and also try to help me get to $50 by the end of this day. Whether it's $1 at a time or $50 at a time. Julio Rodriguez is 2 for 3 with a single and a home run and a pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Batting .255 with 15 home runs and 52 RBIs. We're at 0-1, the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball already, strike 2. And I'm telling you, the Mariners are going to be need a lot more runs than 3 runs. And with the pitching of Logan Evans so far, they should give him 1 more inning. Home run leaders, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Jorge Polanco, and Julio Rodriguez. As we're at 0-2 on Julio. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back, and that is still going to be strike 2. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. And now the 1-2 pitch. Now it's going to be a ground ball foul. We're at 1-2. Julio's 2 for 3. Definitely need him to get this going. Hasn't been exactly a clutch player at all. As we are at 1-2, Julio's really got to extend this. Can't just settle for a 3-1 lead going into the bottom six. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. A huge lost opportunity for the Mariners. That may cost them dearly. And now we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th inning. Not too happy about that at all.
My point is
So here I am.
The 0-2 pitch.
You gotta love these guys.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
Got 9 viewers so far. If you can show yourselves, that'd be great. Maybe Danny Colombe, lefty, having a great season for the Twins. Let's see how the Twins are doing right now. Yeah, Twins are pretty much going to be in that selling mode. Why did our stars strike out again? Julio, I tell you. Yep. And I do have a video on Julio Rodriguez criticizing him. And I do have about 1,000 views on that video. It's 987 views to be exact. And we are back from the break. And now here is the next batter. And looks like they just took out Logan Evans, which I am really confused about. Only 79 pitches. He was pitching well. Let him have another inning. We don't have enough bullpen depth. It's a 4-game series. No. That's insane. Pulling Logan Evans out after pitching well in just 79. Was it 79 pitches or was it 78? Which I heavily disagree with this decision as we're at 0-2. Oh, I think we got a strikeout. It's going to be 1 out so far. Yeah, only 79 pitches. Now here's Moncada, and that is going to be a foul ball. Yeah, Mariners don't even have a day off. They don't have a day off at all. They don't have a day off until August 4th. What are you doing? And the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. Knowing that it's a 4-game series and no day off until August 4th is insane. Dan Wilson, you're lucky your name is not. You're lucky your name is Dan Wilson. Otherwise, fans want you fired. Yeah, this is why Dan Wilson is not a good manager. As we're at 1-2, and now the pitch, and that is going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. In the pitch, low for a ball, 2-2. Two pitch, low for a ball, 3-2. Now here's 3-2 to Moncada, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, but Dylan Moore should be there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 2 outs. $79. It's like he's on a strict inning limit. Ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Like the Angels were getting nothing out of Logan Evans at that point. Angels are getting long at bats, but making nothing of them. Yeah, should have kept in Logan Evans, especially knowing that and now here's a ground ball right to Bizardo, tossed over the first, and that's going to be in time, and that is going to retire the side. We go into the very next inning, the top of the 7th inning. It is still 3-1.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food. Come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
What do we got here? Still nothing. Still on commercial break, too. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate as we are back on the break. Now here's the pitch. And now it's popped up into left field. And he makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 out. Now here's Randy Arozarena. Now the pitch. And that is a strike right down the middle. And check swing. Did he go? He did not. And Carlos Vargas is going to be in the bullpen. So we're at 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And that he does. That's going to be strike 3 for Randy Arozarena. And now we've got 2 outs. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to third base. Throw to first, and that's going to be in time.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta, cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
Christian, what we got? Crazy how hard I've seen Mariner fans be on there. They're like 8 games over. I have high standards, buddy. We have to be hard on the Mariners. They let us down every year. It's called tough love. And now here's Carlos Vargas as the Mariners are just completely wasting away their bullpen. And I forgot to sing the 7th inning stretch. Isn't that great? I guess I skipped the 7th inning stretch. As we're at 0-1 for Darnold. And now the pitch. And did he go? Yes, he did. And that's going to be 0-2. As we're at 0-2, the pitch. And now here is a ground ball right to Polanco. Throw to first. And he gets him barely. Why did the Angels not trade Otani? My God, they were dumb. Well, because someone said that, Sugar Shane on Twitter. But the problem is, who was going to actually take on him and then give him an extension? No one. So the Angels were just kind of stuck. Now here's Lamont Wade Jr., and that is going to be a strike. And now we're at 0-1. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field, but Julio's going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 2 outs. Yeah, Angels are using up their pitchers, so that's a good way to see it, Teresa K. And I think Teresa K, I think you found me through the Tom Grossi channel, and that is a strike as he did that whole Grossi rating thing. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that is actually going to go through for a base hit. And that's going to be up high for a ball. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we're at 1-0 for Zach Neto. And now the pitch. Oh, that should be a balk. Yeah, that is a balk right there. That was an Carlos Vargas, you idiot. As we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. He might actually score the throw to the plate, and Rosarin's got no leg. I mean, he's got no arm. Now here comes Dan Wilson. He has already seen enough. Yeah, maybe if you gave Logan Evans one more inning and then have Bizarro pitch and pitch very well, this doesn't happen. Yep, I was streaming the Seahawks game. He rated me. Haven't found a dedicated Seahawks streamer I like yet. Oh, I mean, I'm not that much dedicated for the Seahawks either. I just do their live streaming. But there's Norbcam, Brandon Nelson. Those are the only Seahawks ones I know. I'm also trying to tap into that Sonics market too. Yeah, this game really is taking forever, but like Carlos Vargas with his man. Now we got Gabe Spire up to the mound. And yeah, Mariners are just completely wasting away their bullpen. Like you could have just had Logan Evans just go one more inning. But no, you just had to get cute by putting in Eduardo Bazardo, which he got a 1-2-3 inning. And you put in Carlos Vargas, who's been known to be wild. And now here's Mike Trout, who could easily just give the Angels the lead on this one. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And now here's a fly ball foul. As we're at 1-2, you just got to get Mike Trout out of there. And then after that, Mariners hitters have got to step up. And now is Spire balking on that one? He almost did. Mike Trout's a pretty disciplined hitter, if you tell me. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be popped up and still fouled, and he is fighting it the best that he possibly can. And now a pitch. And now here's a fly ball popped up, and Dylan Moore should be there. And he makes the catch, and you better keep Gabe Spire for the next inning. Do not waste him.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
Now we're back from the break, and now here's Jose Fermin, and that is going to be outside for a ball. And it's going to be Jorge Polanco. And at this point, why don't we just put in Cole Young and just move him to DH if that's even possible? I don't think that is. And now here's the pitch. And a very atrocious swing by Jorge Polanco. I mean, I really question how Dan Wilson does this thing. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And that's going to be 1-2. Now we're at 1-2. And now here's a fly ball to deep right center field. That could still be going. And that is gone. That is a home run for Jorge Polanco. And the Mariners get some insurance out of it. That is Jorge Polanco's 16th home run of the season. It's the Mariners 4 and the Angels 2. And what a blast by Polanco. Mariners desperately needed that after giving up a run in the last inning. And here comes Polanco to the rescue. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be gone. Still living in by that deep ball. Let's get some more. Absolutely get some more. And now the pitch. And a big swing and a miss. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. We're at 0-2. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Solano. And that's going to be 1 out. Now it's going to be Dylan Moore. And how about... Oh, Dom Canzone. Excuse me. He's actually going to be on this. He's going to be pinch hitting. Oh, TK. Yep. Of course. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. That is to Dom Canzone. As we're at 0-1. And the pitch. Oh, a big swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. You were doing some more reading on Seattle getting an NBA team. And Adam Silver said Seattle will be the first team to get an NBA team if NBA ever expands doing... I don't know. And now we're at 0-2 for Canzone. The pitch. And a swing and a miss on the dirt for strike 3. And it reminds me of this exactly. The 0-2 pitch. You gotta love these guys. I mean, he literally just swing. Yeah, that was embarrassing to watch. And now here's Williamson, who is 0 for 3. He's really got to get it going. Now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And that is strike 1. I have 11 viewers here so far. Could use some more. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field. And nope, that's not going to get anything done. And he makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. But however... Mariners get some insurance with a Jorge Polanco home run, making it his 16th home run of the season. And now we're going to go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's play some Bop It.
Pop it to start. High score, 30. Pop it. Twist it. Pull it. Hammer it. Pop it. Hammer it. Twist it. Drink it. Pull it. Hammer it. Selfie it. Twist it. Drink it. Hammer it. Pull it. Hammer it. Pull it. Drink it. Pull it. Drink it. Comb it.
Oh, I combed it.
Score 20.
This thing is unbearable.
Score 30. Pop it. Twist it. Pull it. Cradle it. Pop it. Cradle it. Twist it. Sing it. Pull it. Sing it.
La la la.
Whip it. Pull it. Sing it.
La la.
Sing it.
La la.
Twist it. Oh,
Ouch.
Score 14.
Yeah, that was pathetic. Yeah, give us the history back because I know you guys don't care about it. And we don't want to claim yours either. But can we claim your 2025 championship? See what I did there? Let me claim your 2025 championship. We might as well. We're sharing the championship. But yeah, Mariners have a pretty favorable schedule coming up. They got the A's and the Rangers. So really, Mariners have no excuses. And now here is Nolan Shanuel. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. And Gabe Spire is still on the mound, as he should. Now the pitch. And now we're at 1-1. And the pitch. Now here's a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. And Shanuel might go to second base. No, he won't. But now you got the tying run at the plate. And now this is where things can get very, very dangerous. No, wow, a man on first base. Shanuel has really kept the Angels alive in this game, really. But now the good news is, though, they only have Taylor Ward, and they have a bunch of 0 for 3s and 0 for 2s that are going to be up next. As we are at 1 for 3 is Taylor Ward, and that is going to be inside for a ball. Now the 1-0, and that is going to be low for a ball. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now the 2-1, 3-1 the count. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Three and 2 the count. It's going to be for Taylor Ward, and time has been called. We're at 3 and 2. And the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball right to Williamson. Throw to second, and the throw to first. Not in time, but they do get the double play. No, they don't get the double play. They just get the man out on first. But we do got one out. It was a nice play by Williamson. No way that Polanco could have made that play. Now, Dan Wilson's coming out, just burning up the bullpen because he's freaking out about Chris Taylor. So he's basically implying that, oh, you cannot pitch. Let's look this up. Chris Taylor versus Gabe Spire. Let's take a look at this and see if this was analytically correct. Let's really look at this. Do they have anything on Chris Taylor? He has yet to pitch against Chris Taylor to this day, actually. Commercial break still going on. And we are back from the break. It's going to be Matt Brash up to the plate, who has a 1.11 ERA, but he is still known for his erratic pitching style. And here's Chris Taylor, who has, well, I believe Matt Brash has yet to face. Now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike one. As we're at one out so far. NBA team, basically my best friend's Special Olympics basketball team. That's the only basketball I give attention to right now these days. Or my fantasy basketball team. That's my favorite NBA team. Those two are my favorite NBA teams. My Special Olympics basketball team. And yeah, pretty much. And my fantasy basketball team. NFL, the Seahawks, obviously. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Another pitcher we get to see pull pen tonight. What a foul-tasting treat. Yep, this is pretty bad. As we're at 2-1. And the starter for tomorrow, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike two for Chris Taylor. As he is batting he's actually a 203 hitter right now. Tomorrow's going to be Brian Wu against Soriano. Saturday's going to be Kirby against Tyler Anderson. And Logan Gilbert versus Hendricks. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Clutch strikeout for Matt Brash. And now we got 2 outs. And now the pitch to Adele. Low for a ball. He has 21 home runs and 58 RBIs. And a pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that could be playable. Solano, is he going to be there? And he barely misses it. He almost had it. It was about a few inches away. I'm not really an NHL guy. I mean, there's Kraken, but I just don't really give him that much attention at all. And Solano, I don't know how much more he could have reached out of that. Yeah, I don't know. As we're at 1-1. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Still at 2-1. I like hockey, though. I mean, I just go to hockey for pure entertainment, but that's about it. As we're at 2-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 clutch strikeouts for Matt Brash. And that is going to retire the side. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Due up is going to be Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, and Randy Arozarena. Let's see what they can do. Well, no, I think it's J.P. Crawford. I think Ben Williamson was the last outer. Mr. D-Man loves some hockey when they're fighting, but that's it. Yeah, go to some Thunderbirds games. They'll fight. And I got to go to the bathroom. I just realized that. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Wow, they really CGI'd the crap out of those animations as we are back from the break. Got 12 people on this show right now. And now here's J.P. Crawford up to the plate. And the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Jeez. Northwest Sports Fanatics has 197 people watching his stuff. That's insane. And the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Shanuel, and he goes to first base, and that will be one out. Next, it's going to be Julio Rodriguez. Now here's Julio Rodriguez, and now here's the pitch. Low for a ball. Kansas City Royals versus your Seattle Mariners team. Oh, yeah. On August 16, 17, and 18. Can't wait. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. So I assume all the Kansas City fans, like Kansas City Royals, Kansas City Chiefs fans, September. Yeah, you're right. I would imagine that they would be the Thunder fans, which makes sense. And the Thunder fans would go for Kansas City, which makes a lot of sense because they're pretty much on the border, especially Missouri, too. So it all makes sense. As we're at 1-1. And here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball, kind of golfed it. And Joe Adell's going to be there to make the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs. Cal Raleigh with 39 home runs. Let's make it number 40. Aaron Judge is right on his tail with 37. As Shohei Ohtani with also 37 home runs. And Eugenio Suarez could be a Mariner. 36 home runs. Let's make him a Mariner. Bring him home. And now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. And the pitch. Low for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. And now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's going to be up to Andres Munoz to get that save for the Mariners. Let's close this out, and no drama.
Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings. Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
And that is a swing and a miss. Now here's a ground ball right to Williamson. Great stop. Throw to first base. And he gets him out. And that is going to be one out. What a play by Ben Williamson. Such amazing defense. And now we've got one out for Lamont Wade Jr. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And we're at 0-1 for Lamont Wade Jr. And now the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? He did go. And that's going to be 0-2 for Wade Jr. You would think that the Mariners are getting pretty close to a victory, but you just don't want to jinx it either. As we're at 0-2 on Lamont Wade Jr. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And good news out there. It looks like the Astros have just lost today. Mariners have a chance to gain ground. Absolutely. Could make it 4 games back. And now the 0-2. And that is going to be a 1-2. Today's Thursday, July 24th. And now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. That hit the dirt, but that's not going to get anything done. And now you got a man on first base. You got a strikeout, but now you got a man on first base. It's a pretty long backstop, too. So, yeah, the Astros have won the game. And the Mariners really do have a chance to gain ground in this division. Actually, it's just to make it 5 games back from the division. Now here's Rengifo, the pitch. And that is a strike, and the umpire just gave him a gimme. Nah, it was Cleveland Cavaliers just because of LeBron James. But I just don't have any interest. I just can't get into it. And now the pitch. And now here's a liner right to Jorge Polanco. Throw to second. And that's going to be 2 outs. And now we got Zach Neto back to the top of the lineup. And the Mariners are going to want to, Munoz is going to want to get out of this real quickly. And now the pitch. Now we're at 1-0. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. We're at 1-1. We're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Oh, that almost got away. And that is going to be 2-1 the count. We're at 2-1. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Williamson. This should do it. And the throw to first. And it doesn't do it. Yeah, he is safe at first base, and we still got runner on first and second. And now this is up to Mike Trout. This is where things get very, very dangerous. And if you're not careful, this game could end immediately on one swing of the bat. This is where things get very dangerous. The winning run is actually at the plate as Mike Trout. I don't know what to make of this. Yeah, winning run at the plate, and now all of a sudden the fans are getting into it. This is what you call the golden rule being in effect. And now the pitch up high for a ball. Yeah, I really do think, no, Portland Trailblazers, absolutely not. I would not cheer for them. I can't do it. No, Portland is just not my kind of city. Absolutely not. Now we're looking at 1-0, and now here's the pitch. And that, yeah, you can tell that Munoz does not want to pitch to Trout. But at the same time, you're also going to go up against Shanuel if you don't get him out, as we're at 2-0. Yeah, I would just intentionally walk him too. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be ball 3. Like, what was the point of just pitching balls after ball? Just put him on first base. There's absolutely no point of trying to striking him out because you're not going to do it because you're not going to get – you don't want to get anywhere in the strike zone because Mike Trout can be dangerous. As we're at 3-0. And now here's the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. Just the idea that you literally are just throwing heaves, throwing 97, 98, and you are better off just saying, nope, just walk. And now we got the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Pete Woodworth is actually going to come out to the mound and have a chat with Andres Munoz. And now we got Nolan Shanuel, who is 2 for 4. He was a 2023 draft pick. Got the call up real soon. And now he's one of the cornerstones of the team. He's very clutch. With runners in scoring position and 2 outs, he does bat .257, but 11 home runs. But in general, he bats .342. So this is very dangerous. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to left field that Arozarena makes the catch. And the ball game is over. The Mariners get out of a jam. They got out at the skin of their teeth. They will take game 1 of this 3-game series. And it really didn't have to end that way. But at this point, a win is a win. And now Mariners are now closed into within a 5-game deficit of the Houston Astros. And they'll be back tomorrow to play the remaining 3 games in the next 3 days. And I got to go because I'm hungry because I got some Korean spicy pork waiting for me. I got to roll. I'm sorry, guys, but thank you for being on the show. Thank you, No Face, for being a usual fan. Welcome to my channel, Mr. D-Man. Thank you, Teresa K. Thank you, TK. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, everyone that has been on the show. And everyone have a good night and go Mariners. And I shall be back on Saturday. Have a good night.